Hello everyone, this is part 28 of What If Naruto Was Like Edward Elric in Fullmetal Alchemist, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Akiza and Naruto were standing in the middle of a training field early in the morning. Naruto seemed ecstatic about something. Akiza on the other hand just looked sleepy, like she would rather be back at home curled up in bed. Alright Fullmetal. What is so important that you had to drag me out of bed at 5 in the morning? Answer correctly please, she stated with her eyebrow twitching. Naruto's grin was almost splitting his face. How about the next step in my seal working? Akiza blinked blankly. Okay, that's great and all, but tell me why that couldn't have waited until after I woke up and got my bearings for the day. She finished, giving Naruto a flashback to Big Head no Jutsu. I was content Fullmetal. For once I wasn't sleeping on your auto mail arm. I got you a real one, she said, pouting. Naruto rolled his left shoulder. I know, I woke up with it asleep. But anyway, I just thought of it. I had to reply it as fast as I could to see if the idea had any merit. Akiza gestured lucidly. Well then, go ahead and do it. You've gotten me up already. Show me your idea so we can go get breakfast and do something today. Naruto made a half tiger seal as he burst from the ground with wind chakra pushing from his shoes. Akiza rolled her eyes. I know you can do that. You were complaining that you couldn't go any higher than 10 or 15 feet. Naruto smirked while in midair and rolled through the Inu, Ushi, and Uma hand seals. Akiza looked at him in confusion until a flash of seal rays appeared on the soles of his sandals as a cloud formed on his feet. Naruto then dropped to the ground and gave Akiza a pleased look. Well. Akiza pointed lamely at the cloud hanging in the air. You made a cloud. Naruto grinned. Yep. A combination of the wind-producing seal, a weak water seal, a low heat array, and a slightly stronger, but still generally weak freezing array. It's an amazing breakthrough. Akiza's fingers still stayed stuck at the man-made cloud. What the hell are you talking about? What breakthrough? You made a damn cloud. Naruto's grin slipped and he made a few hand seals before pushing the cloud away with a gust of wind. Clouds are stupidly easy to move with wind. That solves my mobility problem. With me pushing out wind from the seals on my shoes I can control the altitude of the cloud. With my hands producing wind I can move the cloud any direction I want it to go. Akiza ran her hand down her face and yelled again. It's a cloud. What the hell are you going to do with it? How are you going to get on a damn cloud to fly it in the first place? Do you have any idea how completely and utterly asinine this sounds? No more asinine than a guy teleporting across the damn continent in a matter of moments because of a kunai, he grumbled. Naruto made another cloud, falling to the ground again after it formed, touched the cloud Akiza-chan. Akiza gave him a look of, are you serious? Naruto sighed, run your hand through the damn cloud so I can start explaining this to you. Akiza walked over and ran her arm through the cloud, dispersing it as she did so. She then turned to Naruto and shrugged. Naruto motioned his head towards her arm. What is different about your arm? Akiza wiped her arm on her skirt. My arm was damp. So what? Naruto huffed. The cloud is made of water, damn it. A cloud is a visible mass of droplets of water, or frozen crystals suspended around the Earth's atmosphere. I had to mimic the pressure and feel of the atmosphere underneath my shoes to form a cloud. That means that there is water in the cloud, and what can a shinobi do on water? Akiza's eyes widened. You're going to stand on a cloud and move it with the wind. That's insane. Why hasn't anyone thought of this before? Naruto shook his head. Because like you said, it's insane. And it's not that easy. I've been trying to stand on the cloud and look cool before I told you what the cloud even was for so I could see the look on your face. There's a totally different process to stand on this thing and I'm going to find it. Akiza looked at him with a frown marring her pretty features. Maybe it's just not something that can be done Fullmetal. You're talking about walking on clouds. Clouds. You're really pushing the physical limits of reality with this now. Naruto gave her an amused look. Hello, my name is Naruto Uzumaki, shinobi. For a living I use my special abilities to fight, of which consist of me manipulating the elements around me, creating elemental attacks from my body's energy, calling on the power of the legendary demons sealed in my belly, and lest we forget, splitting myself into over 1,000 copies of fully functional clones that can fight, eat, drink, be, and fu. Akiza gave him a look. Okay, I get it. Her eyes then widened. Wait, what was that last part? Naruto scratched his face. My clones. Akiza nodded. Fight. She shook her head. Not that. B. They can be if the C is like a paper C or something. Akiza huffed. No, not that, the last part. Naruto grinned slyly. What, fu? Yeah, my clones could fu. They're totally solid. He blinked owlishly. You didn't know that. Akiza shook her head. You want to try it? Akiza passed out with an. Naruto looked at her in amusement. I'll take that as a yes at some point. XXX. You're going to love this place, Akiza-chan, I just know it. You'll finally see how awesome ramen is. Naruto said in an excited manner as he essentially dragged her through the morning streets of Konoha. We need to get you some new clothes too, because wearing my shirts just ain't going to see it outside. Since her Iwa flak jacket had been sewn to ribbons and due to the fact that she was now in Konoha, she had taken to wearing one of Naruto's old black shirts with a symbol of a leaf on it. Akiza gave him a small smile. You like it when I wear your shirts at home? Naruto returned her smile. That's because you usually don't wear anything underneath them, dear. Akiza giggled. True, I guess. So we'll eat your damn ramen noodles. I'll lie to you about how great they are to shut you up for a while. You'll buy me stuff, and that will be our day. Naruto didn't answer as he pulled back the curtain leading to Ichiraku Ramen. The two took a seat at the counter. Naruto had a sly smirk on his face, alarming Akiza. What are you smiling about, Fullmetal? Naruto looked to her. I wonder how many people know that I'm back yet. The only people I've seen are some of the Junin, Big Boss, Haku-nichan, Shizu-nichan, Tsunade-baken, and Sakura. Hell, the villagers that live near my apartment don't even seem to know that I'm back yet. Akiza looked around the quaint stand. This is a pretty simple place, Fullmetal. And you've been coming here ever since you were a little kid. Naruto nodded. Yeah, I love this place. I had to eat out a lot because I was broke a lot as a kid and ramen was pretty cheap. By the time Big Boss moved in with me, this ended up being my favorite place to go. The people that run it are so nice, it just feels more comfortable than anywhere else. He then gave her a big grin. Of course it didn't hurt that they cooked the best damn food I'd ever eaten in my life. Akiza smiled at him and hummed to herself. Well, it smells good in here, I can say that at least. Naruto yelped and picked up a menu to cover his face as he saw Ayami walk over to him and Akiza. Welcome to Ichiraku Ramen. What can I get for you? Akiza looked over at Naruto, who was hiding his face, and shrugged. I'll have a large bowl of vegetable ramen, one guess. Ayami marked down her order and turned to the hidden Naruto. And you, sir? What will you be having? Naruto shoddily disguised his voice. I'll have 4 large bowls of miso ramen to start and then 2 bowls of pork. From there we'll see. Ayami sweet dropped as she marked his order down. You order a lot like someone that used to live in this village. Kami, I never thought I would meet another one. Naruto held back an amused snort. Really? And what would this person's name be? A fellow lover of ramen couldn't possibly be a bad person. Ayami smiled. He wasn't bad at all, he was actually a really good kid. His name was Naruto, but he left about 3 years ago on a training trip. He didn't even say goodbye to us when he left. Naruto frowned and lowered the menu. Sorry, Ayami-chan, I don't think I really told anyone that I was leaving though. Ayami looked at Naruto, who had put the menu down, to see the apologetic look on his whisked face. Naruto-kun. You're back. Naruto nodded. I just got back a few days ago. I had to take Akiza-chan to the hospital though, so I couldn't come and see anyone or do anything. I didn't mean to leave without saying anything, it was just that I didn't want to make a big deal out of it, that's all. Ayami ran over and pulled on his face. You're real. Too-san. Naruto came back. She gave him a look as he was seated on the stool. You got way bigger, Naruto-kun. What have you been eating? Naruto slumped in his stool as his stomach growled. Not nearly enough ramen, I thought about this place every day. Akiza looked at the ramen waitress and Naruto. What did you guys do to him when he first came in here? Slip heroin in the broth. This is not natural. Naruto and Ayami looked at her blankly before they both started laughing, throwing Akiza off. What exactly is so funny? I was being serious, he wouldn't shut up about ramen for 2 years. Naruto recovered first. Sorry Akiza-chan, it's just that Big Boss said the same thing the first time I brought him here too. Tsuki came from the back and stopped to stare at Naruto. Kid, you're huge. What the hell have you been doing for 3 years? There are rumors about you that have been flying around for a while now. You single-handedly beat a cage and marched on Kirigakure. Naruto sighed. Man, the stories are getting more and more absurd. All I did was help fight the guy. If it weren't for Mei-chan melting his shell I would have been K. You shouldn't listen to all of those rumors, old man. Ayami started preparing their food as she looked at Akiza. You know Naruto-kun apparently. Who are you? Akiza could tell that these people were close to Naruto by the way that he was explaining parts of his trip animatedly to Tsuki, and the girl was obviously curious as to what she was when it came to Naruto. I'm Akiza Tamagawa. I'm Fullmetal's girlfriend. Ayami's eyes lit up. Sue, when did you meet Naruto-kun? How long have you been together? Does he treat you well? Naruto broke off his conversation with Tsuki. Ayami-chan, if Akiza-chan doesn't want to answer those questions she doesn't have to. Ayami didn't even look at him, keeping her eyes on Akiza. Here Naruto-kun, ramen. Ayami passed him a bowl and silenced him as he began to dig in, leaving Akiza alone like a mouse around a viper. Akiza, realizing she was basically alone due to her glutton of a boyfriend having a one-track mind at the moment, took a breath. I met him 3 years ago in Resemble. Ayami grinned. Ooh, how did you two meet? Akiza smiled nervously, wondering how her telling these people that she first met him by trying to K him would go over. Well, I just kind of bumped into him and he left an impression on me, I guess you could say. Yeah, his foot left an impression on Maya when he was done kicking it. Ayami had stars in her eyes. You met him before he even left Konoha for his training. That's so romantic that you found him again. Akiza laughed sheepishly. I guess you could say that. Anyway, I met him during his trip and just went with him. Now I'm here. I'm kind of nervous about living in Konoha though. Ayami set a bowl in front of Akiza and smiled warmly at the girl. There's nothing to be nervous about. You're here with Naruto-kun and I know he's kind of goofy. Naruto was drumming on the counter with his chopsticks. Yo Tsuki-a-jisen. Fill me up now. 4 more for the Fullmetal Alchemist. I have 3 years of not eating ramen to catch up on. Ayami gave him a dry look. Okay, he's really goofy. But he's a good guy and he'll make sure you're taken care of. Just trust him. Akiza laughed and set her hand on her cheek as she stirred her ramen with her chopsticks and watched Naruto mark out over eating ramen. I trust him. I trust him more than I'll ever trust anyone. Idiot or not, he's my idiot. XXX. After eating at Ichiraku Ramen, Naruto took the Iwa-born girl into town to buy her new clothes. He got a kick out of most people not knowing who he was due to his appearance. It also made sure that Akiza didn't catch any glares or nasty remarks for being seen with him by any of the older villagers. After spending hours upon hours in every store that Akiza felt like dragging him to, they both exited with Akiza in her new clothes. Akiza had a dark yellow short skirt with one S on one side up to her hip, mesh stockings that went just above her knees, black shinobi sandals, and a white sleeveless zip-up hoodie. She had also bought fingerless gloves for her hands. After making sure she was happy with her purchases, Naruto sent the stuff home with a cage bunchen and walked around the village, showing Akiza the sights. Taking her to see the Ninja Academy, the Hokage Monument, and his old training ground as a genin. Naruto and Akiza stood staring at the hero's monument. Naruto had quickly found his father's name and had spent a few minutes just standing there, staring at it. His silent musing was broken when he felt something very familiar. Akiza-chan, could you step away from me for a moment please? Akiza gave him a strange look. What's going on, Fullmetal? Naruto looked around the field. Nothing's wrong. Just some old business that I never really finished. Naruto took off his coat and handed it to her as he shooed her off to a decent distance. After getting her out of the way he crouched down, resting his elbows on his knees. She's out of the way now. Whenever you feel like starting this up is fine with me. On cue, a fireball flew from the woods at the blonde. Naruto rolled aside, letting it hit the ground. Naruto kept his eyes peeled before taking off in a random direction in the forest. As he entered the woods, he lifted his right arm to block a Fuma shuriken thrown his way. Naruto picked up the shuriken and smirked as he threw it back. Watching a black blur emerge from the trees, Naruto grinned as he immediately set out in swift pursuit. XXX. Akiza heard the clang of metal from when the shuriken hit Naruto's automail. What? Who's attacking you? She heard Naruto and his attacker run off further into the forest, leaving her by herself at the monument. Before she could give chase, a pink blur landed next to her wearing a red sleeveless zip-up top, black high-heeled boot-like shinobi sandals, black shorts with a short pink apron-like skirt, and pink elbow protectors. The most noticeable trait of this person was her shoulder-length pink hair with her red hate in it, Sakura-san. Sakura noticed she had found Akiza. Oh Akiza. Sorry, I can't talk right now, I'm looking for someone. Akiza pointed in the direction of the trees. Fullmetal went that way if he's the one you're trying to find. Sakura shook her head. No, I wasn't looking for NA. Her eyes widened and then narrowed. Damn it, I know what's going on. I should have known when he suddenly took off it would have been something like this. She motioned to Akiza. Come on, let's go stop our boyfriends from each other. Akiza nodded blankly and followed Sakura as they searched. XXX. Naruto kept pace with the figure flying through the trees while he stayed on the ground. His grin grew ever wider as he saw the person jump into a clearing. Naruto immediately formed a dozen cage bunshin and transmuted a wall to block any further movement from the person he was chasing. I knew you would find me eventually. And I have to say, I'm damn glad that you did. The person smirked. HMN. In the flash of an eye he blurred around the cage bunshin surrounding him and popped them all into bursts of smoke. Naruto wiped the smoke out of his vision. You're faster, that's good. I am too. He formed his arm blade and dashed into attack, however he was matched when his adversary drew the chokuto from his hip. The two broke off the clash and at one another a few times before breaking off again and staring one another down. Naruto stood straight up and placed his hands on his hips. You look good, Sasuke. How's life been treating you since I kicked your Sasuke was wearing a sleeveless dark gray shirt with the Uchiha crest on the back. He had bandages on his wrists that went up to his elbow. He also had on black pants with a black cloth hanging from his waist down to his knees, tied on with a purple belt. He still had his hate on his forehead, but with a black cloth now. He got a tick mark on his head. What is that supposed to mean, Dobe? I was not in my right state of mind when we fought. We can do it again right now. Naruto chuckled. I wish we could, but I'm afraid I left my girlfriend at the Heroes Monument to come and chase your copy Ida down. Sasuke smirked. I did too, though not at the monument, at the three stumps. Naruto gave him a look of disbelief. Wait, you have a girlfriend now? What? Did your fangirls finally catch you and put you under a genjutsu or something to date one of them? Sasuke-kun. Naruto turned his head to see Sakura and Akiza running out from the area they had just come from. Sasuke-kun, why did you just run off like that? You could have just said that you wanted to see Naruto. Naruto chuckled. Sakura's your girlfriend. Sakura's your girlfriend and you ditched her to come mess with me. You're never getting laid. Sasuke raised an eyebrow. Who says I never got laid? Naruto and Akiza looked at Sakura, who was blushing brightly. Sasuke-kun. She yelled before walloping him over the head, sending him to the ground. Naruto didn't need to know that. Naruto raised his hand. Yes, I did. It's a guy thing. Either he told me, or I would have rubbed it in his face until he did. Naruto then pointed at Sakura. You just hit him. Sakura glared at the fallen Sasuke's form with a tick mark on her head. Yeah. So what? He was being an idiot. Naruto's brain could not compute what he had just seen. You just hit him, hard, and on purpose too. Akiza-chan, are you sure I woke up today and didn't just roll over and go back to sleep? Because this is some alternate reality stuff. Naruto yelped in surprise and pain. Did you just pinch my butt? Akiza stood next to him with a grin. Well, it proves you're awake, doesn't it? Naruto gave her a half-hearted glare and rubbed the sore spot before turning his attention back to Sakura and Sasuke, who was picking himself off of the ground. Sakura placed her hands on her hips and narrowed her eyes at Naruto. What's so unbelievable? I used to try and hit you all the time. I'd probably still try, but you haven't done or said anything stupid yet. Akiza, where were you at breakfast? Naruto dusted Sasuke off as he was still shaking off the cobwebs. Yeah, but he's Sasuke-kun. I never would have thought that you would have ever had it in you to hit him, ever, no matter what. Sakura blushed in embarrassment. Well, after you left and Sasuke-kun was able to go on missions and things again, I started seeing that he really did some stupid things sometimes. Naruto gave her a dry look. Wow, all it took was some alone time with the guy to see that. What? Did the running off from the strongest village on the continent to train with a pedophile notorious for human experimentation not tip you off? Sasuke turned his Sharingan on to glare at Naruto. I wasn't in my right mind, damn it. It was the seal. I had Kakashi to reapply the countermeasure. Naruto waved off his anger and continued his rant. I mean, the only guy that could teach you how to use your Sharingan in any way sure as hell wasn't in Otogakure. He would have taken those S from you the second he could, you know that right. Sasuke started leaking off K intent. I know, Dobe. I had 3 years to think about that. Naruto grinned at him. When you thought about it, did the A-kicking I gave you for running off come to mind as well? Because personally, I thought about it all the time. 5 years of pent-up aggression on your face over the course of 1 hour. So good. Fullmetal, stop pissing off your old teammate. Akiza chided. You're probably going to get stuck back together once you get resorted back into the shinobi forces. Naruto stroked his chin. Good point, Akiza-chan. Why unload all of my cracks at the team now? I can wait until we get stuck together again and do it then. What rank are you guys anyway? Sasuke and Sakura looked at one another and spoke. Chunin. Naruto smirked. Fantastic. When Sakura latched onto Sasuke's arm, who did not shove her off, Sasuke-kun wasn't really allowed to take the exam for a while after the you-know-what. We finally got to take the last one that was held here and we passed. Sasuke-kun even won the entire tournament. Naruto smirked. What? No love for me. No one said S when I won the tournament 3 years ago. Of course that may have had something to do with the invasion of the village that happened right before I got my promotion. Sasuke gave Naruto a smug look. Also, you didn't win either. You and your brother knocked each other out in the finals from what I heard. Naruto turned to Sasuke. Yeah, because you only had what? 3 years. Yeah, 3 years to win a tournament without a crazed Jinchuriki and kids with tons of Kekkei Genkai gunning for your head, not to mention the utter lack of legendary shinobi crashing the party and branding you after beating your A. Face it, the first time we did the Chunin exam was the roughest Chunin exam in years. We were battle-hardened after we got through with that C. Sasuke rubbed the back of his N. Yeah, I kind of noticed. Naruto smiled. I like this Sasuke. He doesn't seem nearly as agitated and broody as he was before. I dare say you're actually pleasant to be around. I may just stop purposely antagonizing you for being a douche. Sasuke chuckled. Lack of a mind-altering seal commenting on your every move, a beatdown from your elite Junin sensei, and S on a regular basis will do that for you. Naruto grinned and raised his hand. Hell yeah, up high team. Sasuke and Naruto were about to high-five before they both got dropped by their respective significant others. Sakura and Akiza stood over them both with shaking fists. Idiots. They both looked at one another before Sakura smiled warmly. Do you want to come with me to get lunch? I was going to meet some friends and I think I'm going to like you. Akiza nodded and returned her smile. That sounds great. She looked at Naruto and Sasuke, who were both smoldering in craters. What do we do with them? Sakura scoffed and walked off. Leave them. I'm not wasting my chakra to heal those two for being stupid. Sasuke-kun will make Naruto do something later. He can find you or you'll see him at home. XXX. Sakura had taken Akiza into the village in order to bring her to a nice little cafe where she had agreed to meet up with her friends. Akiza noticed that this village was far different from Iwagakure. In Iwa, any ninja that she saw would be at some kind of post. Their entire day would be spent somewhere official instead of here, where she saw tons of ninja walking the streets doing any odd number of things. Here we are, Akiza. Sakura cheerfully lead her into the intended cafe and over to a table with a blonde girl that had her hair in a ponytail. She had on a short sleeveless purple top that showed her stomach, a short purple skirt that was open to show a shorter black skirt underneath, and fishnet over her elbows and knees. Hey Ino. Ino saw Sakura coming and waved to her. Hey Sakura. She noticed that her old friend had company. Who is this? I've never seen her before. Sakura pulled a confused Akiza forward and presented her to Ino. This is Akiza Tamagawa. Naruto brought her here when he came back from his training trip. Ino's eyes widened. Naruto came back. How long has he been here? No one's even seen him yet. Sakura frowned. I've seen him. The reason no one saw him is because Akiza was put in the hospital the moment he got here and he's been taking care of her. Ino's unique blue eyes wandered over to Akiza. Hello, I'm Ino Yamanaka. I'm Sakura's old friend and her and Naruto's classmate from the academy. Are the rumors about him really true? Akiza sat down next to Sakura. What rumors? Sorry, but we haven't really heard many except all of the ones about him in Kiri, and he told me what really happened there. Ino shook her head. No, not that one, that's old. I'm talking about the one with him destroying the stadium in Kumogakure when he fought in a bonus match at the Chunin exams. Akiza laughed. No, he didn't destroy the entire stadium. I mean, don't get me wrong, he tore quite a bit of it up, and I don't know how long it took them to fix the ground after he was done, but he didn't destroy it. He came really close though. That Bunshin Daibakure was no joke when I fought him. I can only imagine fighting against all of the ones that he used in Kumo. He might have actually killed me. Sakura gave her an odd look. You've fought Naruto before. When? I thought you were his girlfriend. Ino's eyes widened. You're his girlfriend. Where the hell did he find you? Akiza sighed and sunk into her chair. I'm busted, I guess. I tried keeping it a secret, but I guess it wasn't meant to be. Okay, I fought Fullmetal twice. Both times he beat me down and let me live. That's how we met. Sakura fixed her with a stern glance. Why were you fighting Naruto? Did he make you mad or something? Akiza shook her head. No. Well, yes, during the fight anyway. But I had to fight him, it was my mission. I used to be a Junin for a Wagakure before I met him. There's a long story behind it, but I ended up traveling and living with him for 2 years before we finally got together. Ino gave her a confused look. Why do you call him Fullmetal instead of Naruto? Akiza smirked. You know, for Fullmetal Alchemist, his first name in the bingo book. At first I did it to make him mad, because he never really likes being called by any les, but eventually I just kept calling him it because I liked it more than his name. He just got used to it. I think he likes it now actually. Ino sighed wistfully. You met a guy that was able to whisk you away from your own village just for him. That's so romantic. Akiza sighed. You would think so. The reality isn't really so sweet. Iwa has a massive bounty on both of us. More for him than me, but it's already caused us some trouble. It's how I ended up in the hospital when I first got here. Sakura looked thoughtful. Oh yeah, I was wondering how you got hurt the way you did in the first place. What happened to you two anyway? Tsunade never told me what had caused you your injuries anyway. Akiza looked bashful. Would you believe me if I told you that me and Fullmetal were fighting some S-ranked criminals? The two girls gasped. Ino looked at her incredulously. You beat S-ranked criminals? Akiza tried to backpedal her words. No. Fullmetal was actually the one that beat them both. All I did was stay alive long enough until he could K my opponent for me. He actually was the one that K them both. Ino looked at Akiza somewhat wide-eyed. You can fight an S-rank missing nin. How strong are you? Blushing, as she was starting to feel a little uncomfortable under all of the scrutiny, Akiza scratched the side of her face. I'm not sure. I was promoted in Iwa basically off of mission records, so that just means that I never failed any. I'm weaker than Fullmetal and Jiraiya Sensei, and I was apparently weaker than our opponents that we fought on the way back. I don't know what you would rank me in this village. Sorry I'm late everyone. Training went kind of late today. Sakura and Ino turned to smile politely at the new arrival. That's okay. Sakura started before gesturing to Akiza. There's someone that I want you to meet. Say hello to Akiza, she's pretty new around here. Sakura couldn't put her finger on it, but she had a bad feeling about this. She smiled at Akiza. The girl had gray-tinted eyes, and waist-length dark blue hair with straight C bangs. She wore a lavender and white zip-up sweater, navy pants, and black heels sandals along with a black hatay wrapped around her en. She reached her hand out to shake Akiza's. How do you do? You're new here. I wonder how it is you came to this village. Akiza found the soft-toned and gentle way she spoke very comforting. Well, I came here with someone important to me. He promised me that I would find it better here than my old village, and I have to say, he's been right on the money so far. The soft-spoken girl blinked in confusion before a smile returned to her face. That's good. Since you're here with Sakura and Ino, you must have an acquaintance in this village that one of them know. Do I know who the person you came here with? Sakura's face paled as she had finally remembered why this was supposed to be a bad thing. Bad for someone that wasn't currently there and unable to prevent the coming storm that was about to be unleashed. Sakura tried to divert the conversation. Hey. Why don't we order since we're all here now? Akiza smiled softly. Well, I came here with Naruto Uzumaki, he's my boyfriend. The table was silent for a moment, eventually broken awkwardly by Akiza. So do you know him? Because Sakura was his teammate and Ino was in the ninja academy with him, so you must know him too, right? I didn't ever get your name, I'm sorry. The girl's smile became somewhat strained at this point, and for some reason Akiza felt a sense of dread she couldn't exactly discover the source of. Oh, my name is Hinata Hyuga, and I guess you could say that I do know Naruto-kun fairly well. I was his girlfriend after all. Quote. XXX. Yes. Suck on that village. You can't keep a good man down. Naruto was raising a storm in Tsunade's office after going to see her upon him and Sasuke being awakened by the Anbu sent to summon him. How do you like that, Sasuke? Does it burn? Please tell me it burns. Naruto grinned widely at his foul-haired teammate. Sasuke scoffed and turned his head away from Naruto's celebration. Whatever. I would have been promoted too if I had been able to take the exam again sooner. Tsunade and Hiruzen watched Naruto make an of himself, one in growing annoyance, another in amusement. The older former Hokage chuckled openly at the sight. It's good to see he's still the same old Naruto even after getting so powerful. Tsunade's eye twitched as the boy continued to celebrate. At this point he had grabbed Shizune, who had entered with Tonton in hand, and spun her around the room rapidly in glee, making the black-haired assistant and small pig dizzy. Naruto, stop being stupid before I demote you back to Genin. Naruto stopped on a dime, allowing Shizune to collapse in a nearby chair with swirls in her eyes. You wouldn't dare. You can't do that 5 seconds after promoting me to Tokubutsu Junin. Sasuke raised an eyebrow at the strange ranking placement. Why didn't you just give Naruto a full Junin promotion anyway, Hokage-sama? Tsunade sighed. Because a Junin needs to be well-rounded enough to not have any real holes in the game. Naruto here is still a sucker for genjutsu. He's more of a direct combat specialist, not much for true strategy, more of an on-the-fly fighter. Sasuke nodded and then smirked at Naruto. So I can still get a promotion over you if it takes you forever to get another promotion straight up to Junin. That's good to know. Naruto looked at Tsunade. Hey, I am not a sucker for genjutsu. I can break them. Hiruzen sweet dropped. How long does it take you to work your way out of one Naruto-kun when you know it's coming? Naruto thought for a moment, about a minute or two. With help, I might add. Kyuubi chimed in from within his mind. Naruto gritted his teeth. Not helping my self-esteem here, Kyuubi-chan. He started gnashing his teeth together as the melodious laughter of the demonic vixen rang out in his head. Hiruzen s his forehead and dragged it down his face. Naruto-kun, that's too slow of a reaction time to a genjutsu. A glaring weakness like that could be easily capitalized on by someone on the level of Kurenai. Naruto rolled his eyes. And yet I've never fought anyone on the level of Kurenai when it comes to genjutsu. The 2 cage-level ninja pointed at Sasuke, who was standing next to Naruto, waving at him with his Sharingan active, all Tomo spinning showboatingly. Naruto shrugged. Whatever, so when am I ever going to fight someone else that can put me in a genjutsu with just eye contact? He slumped his shoulders. Never mind. Naruto blinked. Oh yeah. Am I going to be put back on Team 7 when you get me put back on active duty? Tsunade nodded. Kakashi asked me to place you back under his watch when you came back. Seeing as how your squad was intended to be a combat-ready squad, you being a specialist in heavy combat won't mess up any dynamic the team would have. Naruto raised his hand like an academy student. Question. What are you going to do with Akiza-chan? She doesn't know anyone and she has been working with me for 2 years. Where are you going to place her when you get her instated as a Konoha ninja? Hiruzen stroked his beard. A good question. What would you say she would be if you had to label her? Naruto didn't hesitate. A close-range fighter that specializes in direct combat as well. Her and that damn halberd are a pain in the a, literally. Ero-Sennin also taught her some good stuff as far as ninjutsu. Like me, she doesn't know a damn thing about genjutsu, but unlike me, she can dispel them easily enough, and she at least knows the basic useless ones that can cause some adversity. He then blinked. Wait. If you have her outrank me, you'll never hear the end of it. Tsunade smirked. Well, she was a Junin in her old village from what you told me. There has to be a good reason that I shouldn't let her keep her old rank. Seeing Naruto drop his jaw in disbelief and about to launch into a spiel about how unfair it was, Tsunade started laughing. Sorry, brat. Don't worry, she was a Junin in her village, but here she has to work her way up a bit. She's a Chunin for now. Naruto grinned and pumped his fist in victory. Awesome. He then looked over to Sasuke. Hey, where did the girls go anyway? Sasuke crossed his arms over his sea as he stood in boredom. Sakura probably took your girl with her for lunch with the other Kunoichi from our graduating class. You know, Ino and Hinata. Naruto faintly tapped on the metal of his automail as he listened to Sasuke explain where they were. Oh, well, that's nice. It's good that Akiza-chan is getting along with Sakura and meeting more people from here. He suddenly dragged his fingernails across the metal, causing a horrible screech noise. Wait, you said Hinata's there too? Sasuke nodded, cleaning out his ears from the terrible noise just inflicted on him. Yeah, she's probably introducing her to them all as we speak. His eyes widened as he looked at Naruto. Hold on, you never. Naruto's eyes shone in fear. I don't think I did. Do you think it will be a problem? Sasuke finished for him. Yeah. You're a man, did you know that? Naruto pulled at his hair. No. I didn't mean to. I was 12, damn it. 12. And I left for 3 years. What are the chances she threw me into the back of her mind? Sasuke shook his head. Nope. Not likely, not at all. You're screwed. Sasuke pulled out a camera, and I'm going to have pictures of it. Naruto's face faltered and stood abruptly. Why would you take pictures of that? Sasuke shrugged. Because your brother asked me and Sakura to do it when the S hit the fan. I didn't know what it meant at first, but now I do, and I have to say that it was a good analogy to aptly describe what is about to happen to you later. He also said he'd pay us money and getting to humiliate you. How could I say no? Naruto began to panic. Maybe they didn't say anything about it yet. Maybe it won't all blow up and become some kind of horrible situation. There's a chance of that happening, right? Right. Sasuke looked out the window at the village. I would say that you should use the knowledge that you have now to intervene in any way you can before one of them kills the other. You might be able to stop it if you move now. Naruto nodded and rushed out the door to exit the tower. Sasuke looked at the older ninja in the room with a smug face. Tsunade shook her head. You don't really believe that, do you? Sasuke shook his head. No, nope, not one bit. It was either get him to go there and jumpstart the situation altogether, or have him freak out and hide until it all blows over like his brother would. I think I'm doing him a favor though. It just so happens that my favor will be hilarious to me and will be putting him in an awkward situation that will make me money and will be super entertaining. Shizune, Hiruzen, Tsunade, even Tonton, all gave him looks of disapproval. You guys think I'm wrong for doing this? They all nodded. Are any of you going to go down there and bail him out of it yourselves? They all dropped the glares and shook their heads. No. Do you guys want pictures and a play-by-play breakdown of what happens? They all nodded. Sasuke smirked in response. That's what I thought. He then shunshined out of the office. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.